I'm alive. Hey, good morning, Bridge Nation. DJ Oddly. It was interesting when I heard a jingle in my car radio. Pull up now on the Richie B. Hear me to myself. And that is it. All right, good morning, Bridge Nation. Did I say that before? The degree of my responsibilities have increased a little bit for this week, and so we're happy to be here in one piece. And that is the important thing. We're here to take care of you until 10 o'clock this morning. My name is Richie B, obviously.
DJ Odd.
And Jody's here, so is Kevin. Morning, guys, and good morning, Bridge Nation. We're happy to be with you. Keep it locked. It's 99 on the FM band. And it's time for that feature we call WTF, What the Fact. Now, this Jamaican athlete became the first Caribbean woman to win gold in the 100-meter at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. You heard? We're talking about Shelly Fraser Price, well known to the world as Jamaica's pocket rocket turned mommy rocket. She has, throughout the course of her athletic career, earned many history-making accolades. Listen to this. At 21 years old, she became the first Caribbean woman to win gold in the 100-meter at the 2008 Beijing Olympic Games. Don't you remember that moment? There she is on our screen. Hi, Shelly. Following this, at the 2012 London Olympics, she successfully defended her title in the event and became the first non-American woman to win 2 consecutive 100-meter races at the Olympic Games. Now, I'm not done talking about Shelly yet. In the year 2013, at the Moscow World Championships, Fraser Price added yet another history-making achievement to her repertoire, becoming the first woman to complete the triple with the 100-meter, 200-meter, and the 4x100-meter in a single world championship. My God. Now, could us give our own applause, because Shelly, we love you like that. You know that. Congratulations. And there it is, another Jamaican making it inside of WTF. What the fact? It's time now for Update. Yeah, I'm going to allow Shelz to kick it off right here, right now. Shelz?
Yeah, man.
Morning, sir.
Go on.
How we there, man? You good?
Yeah, we're there. All right, here we go. Here we go, Bridge Nation. You know, say Drake is a savage. You understand me? It's a good musician, good artist, I'm supposed to say. Good artist. You know, him have the rap game in a chokehold. However, when it comes to the ladies, that man don't really laugh still. You don't laugh with it. So here we go. Drake, all of a sudden, I don't even hear about the little sus between him and the lovely Ice Spice, a new rapper on the scene. So Drake did that chose a little shade. Drake afraid for throw shade. But what go on is that Drake all of a sudden start follow Ice Spice on Instagram, because him didn't follow her and thing, you know. Remember after him fly her out and all them thing, you know, deny like him just cut her off.
There was a breakdown in the relationship, yeah.
All of a sudden, man start follow her on Instagram, Bridge Nation, after she denies being in a relationship with another rapper called Lil TJ. So after she just denied, man say, yeah, alright, let's see what going on. So here we go on. Ice Spice suddenly gets a follow back from Drake after she denied dating Lil TJ. Drake appears to be out of his feelings and has refollowed the Munch rapper Ice Spice months after it was speculated that he dissed the Bronx rapper. And on Tuesday, fans noticed that he had quietly refollowed Ice Spice. A few blogs also reposted that Drake was now following Ice Spice, but the Bikini Bottom artist is still not following Drake. Seems so. Now, the Canadian rapper also appeared to have, flown out Ice Spice to Toronto, where they were spotted at a show. Ice Spice has also shared snaps of herself on Air Drake, as we know that's Drake's plane. However, things appeared to, being a little sour between them after that sighting, and they later appeared to have unfollowed each other. As we know, Drake is also thought to have dissed Ice Spice on his 21 Savage joint album called Her Loss, where he rapped, she a 10 trying to rap it's good on mute. Essentially, I'm gonna say, oh, true, she look good. Him just, him not really listen to what she rap. Isn't him just put her music on mute. So I saw him go on, Richie. It's a little savage on him ready. But in a later interview, while speaking about her debut EP called Like, the rapper was asked about Drake and the supposed diss, and she was cool about it, noting that she and Drake shared no animosity. She said, "We're cool. We spoke after that a couple of times, and we're good. There's no beef."
Okay.
So, I don't know. Drake, like I said, Drake
is going to be following and unfollowing people for a long time and supporting
he's a troll,
Yeah.
That's what they call him online. He's like a troll. Him love the gimmicks. You know the people are gonna talk about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a little stunt in terms of some new music. New music between them. So
can't rule that out.
Yeah. So we could see.
All right, so you're trying to investigate whether or not there's some beef there. Well, what was definitely in Summer Walker's patty was beef. Because Summer Walker was seen in Jamaica, having taken a break from motherhood and jetted to Jamaica with some friends. And she was seen enjoying some good old beef patties. And she even stopped at the Colonel's place. KFC.
Kentucky.
Yeah, man.
She's right.
She was on interacting with her social media fans, who are large numbers, and was also seen twerking. I wonder if it's because of Party Bonar.
The sweetheart.
Maybe the sweetheart. Yeah. Hot patties make people do all kinds of weird things. Summer Walker, big up yourself if you're still here. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Jamaica. My real story has to do with Nicki Minaj, though, and she seems to be showing a lot of respect to Ninja Man, the original Don Gorgon. Yeah, Nicki Minaj is letting fans know her dancehall knowledge, that it goes way back, as she has now teased a sample of a Ninja Man classic for her upcoming new music. Now, I know that a certain brethren of Ninja Man in the UK is listening right now, and I'm going to go, what? And some way, somehow, Ninja Man will hear about this before the morning is out. So, Nicki Minaj is gearing up for the release of her song, Red Ruby Da Sleaze, to be released on March 3, that is 2 days from now. But it appears that the artist is either adding Ninja Man's song to the track, or she might be teasing a new track itself. Yesterday, Nicki Minaj shared behind-the-scenes footages of herself in Trinidad with during the recent carnival, where she showed off her twerking, whining skills to Ninja Man's song entitled Number One. And she was all but naked. Well, this is one T. She was all but naked. There's only one T in the word.
So she was
right?
Yeah,
so,
I get it.
Let's get it right.
Yeah.
So Nicki Minaj was all but naked in a striped blue and white bikini. I didn't see it myself. I'm just reading the script.
Yeah, same.
And a little itsy-bitsy underwear, as she had mouth sagging. All right, something like that. Okay. So she teased the song, and people started reacting immediately. Big up the original Don Gorgon, one fan wrote. This gives murder them. If you know, you know, one fan wrote. You all need to know there's some real gangster reggae music Nicki Minaj is promoting here. So it has been getting some reactions, many of them positive, and there seems to be some degree of anticipation that Nicki Minaj might end up either sampling or using portions of Ninja Man's song, maybe the song called Number One, in an upcoming release. That would be a good look for Ninja Man,
of course,
and would no doubt bring him some additional dough, which no doubt he would need, because I think he also is looking towards later this year, possibly going to the route of an appeal.
Okay.
So funds are no doubt needed. All right, those are the stories we thought we'd share with you this morning inside of Update. Now it's time for the proverb of the day that is preceding the pet peeve of the morning, to be followed, of course, by the now and then feature, which takes us right up to 7 o'clock. We're ready for the proverb, right, Shelz?
Yeah, man. Let's
do it. Let's hear it.
You pretty bed hard, you have to lay down pan yard.
Yo.
Okay.
Hear that again.
You pretty bed hard, you have to lay down pan yard.
Hey, this I go deep in a patois, you know?
Yeah, man.
You can imagine some North American visitors to Jamaica right now. What is that?
I just learned patois yesterday.
Yeah, right?
I didn't know there's another one.
No, you need to version. Upgrade your skills. You pred your bed hard, you have to lay down panny hard. Okay?
Okay.
I guess the interpretation would be you spread your bed hard, you will have to lay down on it hard.
Yeah.
Okay?
That makes sense.
All right. So let's get to the meaning, Shelz.
No problem. So you must accept the consequences of your action. Whatever you sow, you will surely reap.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
So that sound like similar to the one of them say if you make your bed then you lay in it, something like the American version.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this one more still. I wanna
Don't want to go hard.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Words to live by, and
Yeah.
I'm sure that we can relate to that. Okay, so that is the proverb of the day. Now, pet peeves are things that people do that you might find upsetting, annoying, irritating, and very often, people send us their pet peeves at this time, and we like to expose them. This morning we have a pet peeve from a member of the Bridge Nation.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Morning, Bridge Nation.
Morning.
Listen, you know my pet peeve?
No.
People will look upon you and I go tell you, say,
So what?
you have money.
Oh.
'Cause based on how you look, you have money. Mark you.
see, what wrong with
I
that?
think it is only natural that you bathe and put yourself together properly.
I agree.
But once your cologne smells, a little extra sweet.
Yeah.
Once it look like, say, hair a little bit extra neat. Once the dress look too fancy, all of a sudden you have money.
Sure.
And you know what them do? When
What
them
them do?
think say you have money,
What them do?
overprice you. So you can't drive the nice little car where you have to spend the whole heap of loan for a month time near anywhere with little goods, because guess what? Them look on your car
Them are
and tell
wicked.
you the price of them goods.
Them how wicked.
That is one of my biggest pet peeve.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Yo, you're on up.
Yeah, I get that. I get
Bridge
it.
Nation, I agree.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
man.
get it. I get that.
Shelz, look from this,
Here we go.
You're going on a story, you better not tell them say you name Shelz,
That's all.
Yeah,
That's why I'm glad to say the mask thing still. Never left the mask, but
So me step out into my urban hero this morning now, my cologne. And you go tell them say you go overprice the thing because the cologne is shot. No, do that. Don't do that.
Yeah. It's a thing still, but like I'm still like I'm listening.
Yeah, meds it.
I mean, I say, yo, which one would I rather people think, me rich or I'm poor? You see me? Like, I don't know.
No,
Like,
me know.
yeah, so you rather people think
I
you're
have no
poor?
problems with, I'm not rich.
Yeah.
So the fact is, I don't have a problem if you think I'm me poor.
I'm rich.
Yeah.
I'm rich in spirit.
Yeah, we're talking about money now.
That's
I'm only at that.
That's your talk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's how. What does trick a crowd that move? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, you can trick the
A
crowd.
long time you trick Chris still.
Yes. But the kind of sad still, Richie. Like you can't in other society, you can't drive certain thing, or you can't.
No,
wear.
it's
It's sad
unfortunate.
without people. And I like how the caller, the listener, use that consequence saying that look, they will charge and stuff. But yeah, worse situations because people think you're rich. People want to try you a certain way. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've found myself many times having not to identify myself in making a simple inquiry about an item because of my experiences where persons will just assume that you are able to pay twice the price
Yeah.
just because of
who we are. Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's a way, man.
Yeah, man. So that is a pet peeve that we can relate to.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation off here while we were trying to get ACP Gary McKenzie as was scheduled. We were talking off air about the whole matter of world leaders who are turning up into countries, especially volatile areas, unannounced. Their families would know about it, but
Of course, yeah.
their citizens in the countries that they lead would not have known about it. And yesterday we spoke about it as well. What has happened in Ukraine, where a number of world leaders have turned up, and obviously they have come back out safely. But there's always this risk. And so you hope that if they do go there, they will come back alive. No incidents have been reported yet. But yesterday, when we learned that our own prime minister had gone to Haiti, we also were like, "What?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thankfully, he went there. He had some meetings. He was not the only one. He was a part of a delegation, which incidentally included the foreign affairs minister Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson Smith.
Yeah.
So and they met with some other leaders, not prime ministers from the region, but other leaders in various sectors. They had some meetings. I'm not too certain exactly where it was held, but I'm just thinking out loud, Shelz. If I were a leader of a country, and I decide, obviously, the prime minister seems to have taken the decision that he wants to lead, in terms of what support that Haiti can get. But if I were going to make a visit like that, I don't think I'd want to leave my security only to my security detail. I think I'd want to be strapped myself. Because Haiti, Audley was saying a while ago, them lawless right now.
Yeah, things that are weird right now.
Yeah, it's volatile.
I'm wondering though, Richie, Bridge Nation, if in some weird way, the Prime Minister not announcing his departure from our island is a security measure in of itself. In terms of load up the fact because you don't want
I think
the territory you're going towards know that I'm coming, kind of like what President Biden did.
All of them have done it.
So don't want to load it up because
I understand it from that perspective.
It is.
And like I said, fortunately, no incidents have been reported so far. But you still have to kind of wonder, like, was it a wise thing? I mean, where did they meet? What kind of guarantees would they have gotten? I mean, were they 100% confident in the security that would have been provided on land?
Yeah.
Well, what we can tell you that a day after his return from a CARICOM mission in Haiti, Prime Minister Andrew Holness was speaking at to a diplomatic audience yesterday, and he made some pronouncements and some statements. And speaking at the Diplomatic Week event held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, the Prime Minister gave his preliminary observations on the Haiti mission in advance of what is to come in the form of a formal report. He said all stakeholders that we have spoken to in Haiti have pointed out the emergency situation they face with security and safety of their citizens. He pointed out that although he holds the view that Haiti has institutions that are functioning, these institutions, he says, are challenged. And to quote him, he said, and with the right support, with the right attention, Haiti can overcome its challenges. So the Prime Minister affirmed by saying that I remain hopeful for the Haitians, and Jamaica and CARICOM stand in solidarity with them. And we will continue to use our good offices and give whatever support we have in bringing global attention to the situation in Haiti and in supporting the Haitian people in reaching consensus and resolution of their challenges, even as it relates to the pledge that was made for support from the security forces from Jamaica.
Yeah.
There are many persons who are concerned about that.
Of course.
And feel that you might have members of our security forces who go there and don't come back.
Yeah.
So it's just to give you an idea, Bridge Nation.
How war them are going to fight
straight up
wars.
Yeah.
It's like it's not a trip around one lane like what we used to in Jamaica.
Right,
It's a serious war zone them are going on. So I don't know.
Senator Kamina Johnson Smith, who was also a part of the mission, said, we are deeply concerned about our Haitian brothers and sisters, and we are working with our partners to treat the matter with urgency. She outlined that they were well received, and she further stated that we look forward to discussing them formally with the wider CARICOM body and beyond. All right? It's interesting, too, that the big first world countries are seemingly, apart from Canada, you really don't hear any of the first world countries who are saying we're going into Haiti or we're going to try to solve the problem there. And that is very, very, very unfortunate.
If I'm supposed to get historical with the vibes, the first world country them really get Haiti in a certain problem in the first place, and certain first world countries are allies with other first world countries, so they have to diplomatic ways of handling the situation. But I'm pretty sure, let's hope they don't wait too long.
But even if they don't decide to go, I mean, even in terms of some support,
I would give them the benefit of except for France. I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. Say other first world nations eventually are gonna
taking a long time.
Yeah, taking a long time because the situation upon the ground not pretty.
Yeah, I mean, you're hearing about 60 people murdered over the last year.
Kidnappings and all these
these
things.
kidnappings and so on. And you're not doing anything about it.
You have the power
Yeah.
to change it. Yeah.
After you plundered them and take away a whole lot of things from them, no little support to bring back some stability in the country.
Yeah.
No, we're calling out these first world countries. It's about time that something be done. And I'm happy that CARICOM, it seems, is now trying to provide some kind of assistance to Haiti. All right, let's see how it all pans out.
For real.
All right, that's a story that we thought we'd share with you, our own thoughts, and give us the latest that we have. When I look at the list of artists that this gentleman has worked with, it's like a who's who of pop music, not to mention reggae and dancehall. You're talking about a Jamaican who has done work with people like Rihanna and Britney Spears and Madonna. No doubt, just to name a few, UB40s included in that list, and the majority of reggae and dancehall stars that have come out of this country. And he's one of the most in-demand studio men, you'd say. And he has put his touch and signature on records for Sean Paul, Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, and many, many others. We're talking about Collin Bulby York, who got his introduction to music, by the way, as a young man. I'm learning that he used to go to the studio with his uncle, Firehouse Crew's drummer, George Dusty Miller. Big up, George. Anyway, you're there. Big up yourself. And they would go to the studios, and a young Bulby at the time would just be observing and taking notes and watching and observing what was going on. And then, of course, the music bug bit. And before you know it, he was already producing music, teaming up with the same Dusty, his uncle, and then later on with Fata, Mr. Marshall, where they formed the Fat Eyes label. And man, they have given us some great songs. We'd like to say good morning and welcome to Bulby. Bulby, how are you, man?
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good
What a
morning.
pleasure, man.
Welcome,
Thanks
Bridget.
for having me.
Yes, the pleasure is ours, bro.
Yeah.
You heard me a while ago.
Yes.
Take us back, if you will, for the benefit of our listeners, to the one or two of the experiences you'd have had working on projects for some of those big international stars that I mentioned. What was the mood, the feeling like working on those projects?
It was a good vibe, you know. Always good vibe, because when people acknowledge your works, call you and say they want you specially to do something for them, make you feel like you're putting in the real work, you know. Yeah.
So if I should use one of those names, like Rihanna.
Yeah.
What project was it, and what was that vibe like?
It was her first album on the Replay album.
On the Replay, on the Replay.
Yeah. So she wasn't a known artist then
at the time,
you know? So we just have to give her the spice. Put her
So
out there, you know?
you worked on one track or a couple of
one
track at the time. Man. Britney Spears, how was that experience?
Oh, that's a completely different thing, you know, because she sent the vocals. She sent 200 vocals.
200?
Yeah, so we have to
Dissect
it and to make it one. Yeah. Because you know she ain't no Whitney Houston. So you have to fix it. You know? Fix things.
So your expertise came into play.
Yes.
When you look at how they the effort and the production that they put into their music.
Yes.
Is it like way ahead of what we do here?
Miles, years ahead, yeah.
Because what you just said about 200 vocals being sent to you is an indication.
Yeah. So dedication.
Yeah.
So that means she keeps singing it for days, weeks, same thing over and over. Yeah.
I mean, you have artists here who want to go into the studio one
One and done and say, hit that in the producer.
That's interesting. That's interesting, Bulby. So those experiences have served you very, very well.
Yes.
And do you get a chance often now to bring that kind of experience into your production?
Yes, I do.
With our Jamaican stars?
I do. Yeah, because no artist can say, we just go in and do our thing. No, we have to do it properly.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're spending time on this.
Respect, Bulby. So, Bulby, how you deal with like artist egos? Because I know you list of artists where you work with. I know big stars. Like how you deal with their egos when you come to the creative process?
They don't bring their egos when they're around me. No. Because I always bring down the mood and
Yeah, yeah.
get them laughing and build a vibe. So,
Okay.
so there's no ego there yet.
Oh,
Ever.
respect.
You have developed a reputation of coming out with some signature projects, and
Yes.
when we look at it, it's like they're always seemingly well thought out.
Yes.
Do you have like a concept in your mind, in your head, and then you bring that to the artist, or as often is the case, a producer just has a rhythm and just gives the artist, and the artist does what he wants to do?
No, man, we calculate before, yeah, and we talk about the idea I want them to do, you know, and say, listen, I want this to go like this, and then we say, okay, and then we start working on it.
So you have like a theme, and you're
Yes,
saying, well, this is how we're building out the theme.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yes.
All right, my
Nothing about up around
That what was it?
carefully calculated.
Bulby, who was the first artist you produced? Again, if you can go back so far, first artist.
I think general degree.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Man, you remember what was that process? Like, you remember? Was it nerve wracking for you?
No
nerves, nothing.
No, because at the time at my mixing lab, they were most of the artists who live in country. They used to sleep at their studio because they didn't have fear to go back. So it was Garnet, Degree, Capitan, Chevelle, Diana King. You know, so Bujo. So they always they always in the studio sleeping. So I used to send them in and practice how to voice them and build a beat.
So it's like a community from long time. Respect, man.
Following on from where Shelz asked, the question Shelz asked, I'd like to find out from you if there's one moment that you think is ranked as maybe possibly the most memorable moment in your production career, your career as a producer. What would come to mind, Bulby? That might be difficult, but maybe there are more than one moment.
It changes every year. Take it one day at a time. But I think it's the clash with Bounty and Beanie. Yeah, because I was a producer who was producing those songs.
Back and Suspense, Bounty Killer did Suspense, and then Beanie did
Christmas once a year, and then War.
War.
But you navigated so carefully and skillfully that none of the man them vex you.
So even though I'm out of it, unbruised, unscathed.
That is correct.
Man. I didn't have to walk around in a bulletproof vest or nothing like that. You were just right there in the middle, allowing them to shine.
Yes,
literally.
I think it comes back, Richie, to what he said earlier in terms of bringing down the egos and just focus on the creative process. It's a good look.
Yeah, but the tensions were so high back in those days.
That's crazy.
If Bounty felt or Beanie felt that you were giving the other information as to what they're doing, it could cause a big problem.
Bounty's like, where boy are doing nice studio? If you know, say, may I turn up? If you just leave, you know, I say work.
Hey, Richie. Hey, Richie. He produced a song that speaks to this. And I have it all here, sir.
Which one?
Ignorant. Ignorant. Admiral.
Hey, I'm going to get my taste of something about Bulby produced, man. One of the more recent ones. Not the most recent, but the rhythm are bad. Yeah, man. I remember when we got this one. Yo, we used to deal with that rhythm are wicked. The padang, right?
Yeah.
Should have never upset me.
Thank you, sir. I've not gotten a chance to say thanks to your face for this big bad rhythm that would allow me to get such a big bad dub. Overall, how do you sum up your experiences in the music and entertainment industry, Bulby? I mean, for all that you have done, for the respect that you have gotten, do you think you have gotten the respect that you deserve for all the works that you have put in?
I don't think no one would ever think that, but, you know, I'm just doing it for the love of the music and the art. The accolades will come when it comes, you know.
So you're more into rewards than awards.
I take both, but but I take the rewards for now
as well.
Yes.
All right, Bulby, you know what it's all about right now. You know, exciting time right now.
Okay.
Time and Color.
Okay.
New album.
Yes.
So good luck.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it, you know, and some of the artists, you know, who are featured on the project.
Okay, Time and Color. When I do music, it's colorful, and I always keep it timeless. So that's where Time and Color come from.
Right.
And then the artists on the album are Stacey Miranda. She's here now. She's the one with the first song.
Hi, Stacey.
Hi, Stacey. Big up.
She's the first artist on the album with a gospel song.
Respect.
I have Mama Lika and Tanya Stevens. Yes.
Kid.
I have UB40 and Bounty Killer.
That tune there bad.
We have Lolo Shana. We have Ja Vinci. We have Richie Spice. We have Warrior King. We have Christopher Martin and the Admiral Bailey. We have Spragga Benz. We have Warrior King. And we have Wasp.
Okay.
And Maxi Priest and Berries also.
Combination?
No, separate
separate.
songs.
Okay. Yeah. That's quite a list.
Yeah, man.
That's a huge project.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a festival on it, man. A big show, man.
Yes. When is it coming out?
Oh, it came on Friday.
Just Friday gone?
Yeah, on my birthday. Yeah.
All right. Listen, happy Earth.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Well, we don't have to ask what the year ahead is going to be looking like, because with that project, what is the early reaction like and response that you're getting for it?
No, people love it. Love it. You know.
Yeah. So this was well worth the wait, and we're going to get a chance to play a lot of these songs.
Man.
Time and Color.
Yes.
Any particular reason for that title?
Yes, it
Yes.
Yes, distracted.
His music is colorful
As distracted.
and timeless.
No, you was thinking about something else.
Yeah. Enough respect.
I want you to give a word of advice, though, to especially younger producers, Bulby, because very often in these days, a man have a computer and him build up some beats and him do a thing and him same as a producer.
Yes.
But we're not getting the same kind of quality that we get when you do your production.
And I want to add to it, him act like him walk with the same chest as a Bulby would. That's
There
the
you
thing.
go.
So like, I just had to add to that, Bulby. What advice you'd have to give to young producers to make them know, say, yo, there's nothing wrong with learning the game as you go along.
Well, for me, I always go back to the blueprint of stuff, and then I try to advance on it new and stuff. So on my productions, I always bring in other musicians or other producers to listen and get their vibe on it. So it's not a one person thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what they need to do, include people on it. Because it's not a meeting.
Yeah.
It's our thing. It's our culture.
Respect.
Very important point. Very important point. And learn the rudiments of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because
the blueprint is there already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From Coxon, Treasurer, Jammys, John Joe. It's there. Channel 1. It's there. So just bring it to
Toby is the one of them. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Where can people follow you on social media, and how can people actually support this project? Where can they get it?
It's on every platform.
Okay.
Yeah, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, everything.
Yeah.
Yes, YouTube, everything. And my angle is at Bulby York. BULBYYORK.
Okay.
Yes.
You never told us how you got the name Bulby, though, the nickname.
Oh, because of my beautiful eyes.
The streamers will see what he's talking about. Listen, bro, it's great catching up with you, man. We rate you highly.
Respect,
and
thank you.
we're glad for what you've brought to the game, Bulby. So just keep on keeping on.
Yes,
and send on the music, all right?
All right. I will.
Man. Bless up, ladies and gentlemen. That was Bulby York in the studios with us, talking about this big project. Here's one of the songs in that project called Time and Color. This is Bounty Killer, and guess who? UB40. Did you notice DJ Order's reaction when Etana stepped in?
Yeah, man.
Man, speechless.
Yeah, man.
The man speechless. He went into fan mode. Please say hello to my guest. Our guest, by the way.
But listen, we had a discussion way before Etana came into the studio. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I am happy to see you and happy to be here. Shocked! I didn't even know you were here. That's so cool. I'm so surprised to see you, but it's a good surprise.
Etana, good morning once again and welcome, my darling. How are you doing this morning?
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you in the studio. Of course, we're talking with a female, a double Grammy nominee, and one of the hardest working females in the music industry, a mesmerizing performer, a fantastic writer, and just a positive influence on our music and entertainment industry, and one that we have really been following her career and supporting it from the get-go, haven't we?
Yes, yes, you have been from the beginning.
Yes.
Let me just tell you, from the beginning. You don't remember. I'm sure you remember.
I remember.
All the time when you promoted the music and played the music, and all the times when you were brought the CDs. Them time the CD was the thing. You were brought the CDs to play the music. You remember?
Yeah, man, I remember.
Right. So you are part of the journey.
Most definitely. And I'm really proud of what you have been able to achieve so far. Even one of the things that we're talking off the air is the fact that even with your new project, you are spending your money, you are investing in your craft.
I have been.
And it gives you the autonomy that you deserve, and you can put out the product that you want as a result of that, because you're in control.
I mean, it takes a lot, and it takes, when people talk about sacrifice, sometimes it's real. Not sacrificing your soul and them something that what people talk about, but sacrificing hard-earned money, time. Family time. When I've been committed to music from the very beginning all the way up to now, and I think my hard work in the beginning all the way to now, I think it's what keeps me in music, and it keeps me doing what I'm able to do. Right? Because what really keeps me in music is my fans.
Yeah. And you're still going strong. I mean, like where you are now, did you ever envisage that, some years later down the line, that you would have become this really a world-renowned female star in our reggae music game?
It's always been my intention, right? From the beginning, to be able to take positive music across the world, right? And to be able to influence the hearts and minds from the young guests to the young at heart, and I always wanted to be on the positive side from the beginning all the way up to now, and that has never changed. And I still feel like I have so much to go. So much to accomplish. So I still feel like I'm gonna reach it.
Hungry same way. Respect, man. Now, Etana, speaking of the fan base and bringing the music worldwide, something that surprised me and really impressed me was the connection your music and just you as a person have with Africa. Like, I've heard a lot of artists, especially here in Jamaica, wish that Africa responds to them like how they've responded to you. What's that like? How that make you feel as an individual?
Amazing. Like, I remember one time I went to the Gambia when I first started, and them have this thing with them called the freedom pole, right? And them say the slaves them used to jump off, and if they make it to the pole, them know so they make it because the slave owners or they can't reach them. Yeah. So when I got to touch the pole, I felt like, like from generations, like with spirit connected, Yeah. And I feel like I was there. I was one of them who wanted to be by the pole.
Respect.
And to be able to touch the pole. And that's how I feel when I go to Africa. I feel like I'm just right at home. It's just that someone took me away from my language, but the heart and the everything in me is still twisted and twined, with the core of everything that is Africa. So
respect. It's a good look, man.
Andre sent me a new song, I think last week.
And,
we
what do you think about it now, Richie?
I love the song, and it shows a different side of you in terms of your delivery. And we played it, and we actually dropped it in the UK segment with Robo Ranks, who, by the way, he requested the song as well. And I'm quite impressed with this project.
Thank you.
People are going to find a different kind, a different style, a different presentation.
Thank you.
Why did you go this route with this particular song called Mr. Jones?
Lyrically or melodically?
Both.
So for the production now, I wanted it to, remind people of Wrong Address, or, the reggae feel, the reggae vibe with a little bit of R&B, a world music sound.
Yeah.
And to put back some sweetness in other things, some love in other thing, you know. And not like I haven't been putting love in the music from a long time, but I just wanted to take it to another level.
Yeah.
And people are saying, yeah, but it sounds like one cheating song, or it sounds like, you know, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Jones. But I mean, honestly, in a song, I don't imply that I'm gonna give him nothing, or we're gonna. But just I think about it, I like him. And how many women you know see somebody, you know you can't be with the person, but you're thinking in your mind, what if? You know, it's kind of like what's the laugh?
Keep talking, sister.
Keep talking. Yeah.
So man do it, a woman do it. We all do it. You know, so that is what Mr. Jones is. It's like a tall cup of good coffee or hot chocolate in the morning, you know?
Makes you want to sip on some.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But what is interesting, and now that she's saying it, because you remember when I introduced the song, I made reference to the Mrs. Jones, which was done by Billy Paul back in the day, and then I segued into your new song. It is different, it's unique, and I think it's going to do very, very well.
Thank you.
This is taken from an upcoming project, we understand. What can you tell us about that project?
The new album. You know, I'm always trying to outdo the last one. So from Reggae Forever to Gemini to Dimensions to Pamoja, you know, I have to go to something different. I'm going to try to outdo what I did before.
Yeah.
Simply. And so when I'm satisfied with all the mixing and the master and the songs that are on the album, then I will release the album.
So it sounds like you have a lot of songs ready right now.
Yes. But I need to pick the best of the best and have the perfect master. For the album.
No, is it yet titled?
No.
Okay.
I want for people, just like when they see the first album, the strong one, they say, oops, this is a collector's item. I have to have this. I have to have this album. I have to have this album. I want the albums to be treated and remembered, each and every one of them, as a collector's item. Something important for people to have.
Yeah, man. No, Etana, you see, that's by way I reason with me. You understand me? Like, what my like from the sound is that I can tell you have control of yourself. You know what I mean? You have control of your time and your music. So I hope that question and how to pressure you about any tour dates, anything to look forward to.
Oh my gosh. All right. So everything starts at the end of this month.
Okay.
And it goes all the way until September. Right? So at times I'm going to be in and out. I'll have like a week or so to spare or a few days. And then I'm back on the road again.
Okay.
Before COVID, I toured from February all the way to like November, December. So I think the industry is rebuilding. It's basically starting over. And so most artists, we are all basically starting over, you know, or picking up where we left off from COVID. So that's what I'm doing, you know. And not only that, my kids, my family, I think we all got used to that whole long break when everybody there home for COVID. And now we kind of have to ease everybody out of it. You can't just jump. So for me, even touring from March all the way to August is a big leap. You know, it's a jump. But I'm doing the best that I can to continue to do what I do to get to where I feel like I need to be or to get to. You understand? So little by little. So we say? Yeah.
Bit by bit. By the way, she's coming back to Jamaica for the Mother's Day show that we mentioned recently with the Manhattans and Denise Williams. J.C. Lodge has been added, Robert Minot, and that's courtesy, and Errol Dunkley is also on the bill. And that's courtesy of June Isaacs for Mother's Day, May 14.
May 14.
At the Hope Garden. So we're looking forward. I'll be a part of that show as well. And it always.
And I will be at the Coffee Festival as well.
Wow.
Up in Blue Mountain.
Okay.
But after those two, that will be it for a little while.
For Jamaica.
Yeah. For major public events, like I've been doing a lot of private things.
Okay, more corporate and so on.
Yeah. But then once I'm out You know, I have to be out until, but you know, every year, I'm still, even though I do my work outside of Jamaica and all over the world, I still have to make sure that my Jamaican people will mix and will mingle and will sing and will dance and will go out with the things them. You understand?
And they love you for that. They love you for that. We know that a lot of ladies speak about the challenges and the struggles that they've had to go through. We know that you obviously have taken charge of your business. Do you think that it's any easier for women in the industry now through what they would have seen you accomplish individual as a female, or are the struggles still continuing for them as far as you see?
It's a little bit different each time.
Okay.
Because when I first started, there weren't that many females around, except for like the Lady G and everybody that came before me.
Right.
Right? But they too had a different kind of struggle. Right? For me, it was not being able to work with my own band, not getting paid as the men, but that's still now for even through any kind of organization, whether it be music or anywhere else, any other industry. And of course, there were still some men who believe that them have to get some before I go into a studio, or me not work with you, you know, me have to you first. That's one of the lines I heard.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always a thing. And for me now, from them time to now, me have a little thing about me with them, some face stay, and me go like me better than people, and me have an attitude, and I'm a itch. You know, but all of those names come because people can get for run over you and do what they want to do with you as they like.
Yeah.
But I think these things will always exist as long as you're a woman in a male dominated field. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, and women, as you know, we are beautiful. We have a special kind of thing that men are drawn to. So we might have to deal with some of that, you know, but it's how you handle it that carries you through. As a woman, for me, I just believe that once you start to allow them to take advantage,
Never stops.
it never stops. And that respect that you feel you deserve will never come. So you just have to kind of, for me, I demanded it from the beginning, right off the bat. And I take no less than that.
Straight up.
Right.
Straight up.
And I'm willing to take the names that come with that.
The other aspect of exploitation comes in different forms. We know that even yourself have had some challenges, and I don't know how much you can say about even stuff that's in the courts right now, but we know that
yes, I can say a lot. I can say what I want to say actually until the court tells me I can't. And so I did sue VP Records for a few things: copyright infringement, fraud, I went blank, but it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things all in one. But to explain it as much as I can in short, the copyright infringement comes when the company, when songs were produced prior to going to the company, right? But not for the company. And the company is saying, oh, but you gave these songs to us under your recording agreement. In order for me to do that, Richie B, just pretend you're the label. We're pretending. All right? And you say, we're going to sign a 4-album agreement, right? And the agreement says, you are supposed to advance me a certain amount of money to do the production. I'm supposed to produce the songs, give you the songs you approve, whether the songs are great or industry standard, and then you pay me the balance, and I pay all of these producers what they're supposed to get. Now, some of these songs were already produced, like the I'm Not Afraid and the Wrong Address and the Roots and them songs. But what I didn't know is that you were selling 2 of those titles or more before you even meet me. So you meet me, give me the contract and everything, pretended as if all of these, you know, like we were, and then you just move the song them over to the album and say, I give it to you under the album, but you did that sell them before you meet me. But I didn't know that. You understand? So when the album is finished now and everything, then you say, no. Actually, before we start doing the album now, you say, just come at the studio. Remember, you know, give me the advance for produce the album yet, you know. You just said, just come to the studio, record, and that's it. So your A&R come, them set up the studio, them take up the music, and you leave. And when them done recording, them tell you how much them pay these people, contradicting what the contract says. But because my management or nobody interjected to say, hey, this is not how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to pay us the advance, and we are supposed to get all of these people, right? Then I would have forfeited my right to control that budget. However, you still have to give me an expense report when it's done. Here's the problem now. How do you account for the songs and we never record under your agreement that you say I gave you under your agreement? How do you deal with that? And how do you interject the sales and everything else that you've made on those titles underneath that agreement?
Interesting. Very interesting.
How do you do that? Right? And then on the fraud now, I was actually told that VP was not related to Greensleeve, that they were separate companies. And even while the negotiations was happening, we asked, is Greensleeve and VP one company? Because I noticed that Olivia Chaston kept sending emails that say VP. And you say you're Greensleeve and you alone control Greensleeve. So I'm thinking, okay, great, because I don't want my publishing and my recording agreement to be under the same company.
Mm-hmm. It seemed based on my reading into the situation, though, that I think at one point I saw a report that suggests that you would have had to sort of go back, like restate or adjust your arguments.
No, so what happened is, no, not my arguments, but Lord of mercy. So the attorneys that I hired to, argue the case, because when you have a story now, what they have to do is they have to take the argument and turn it into federal terms and relate those stories to the laws that apply. Right? So like when I say, the man go over there so, and him lick down the girl and him just drive off. They would have to go in there now and say, according to law such and such and such, this law was violated when this person did that. Right?
Yeah.
So now, when they went and put in the case, they argued it vaguely, loosely, as the judge would say. Very loosely, without the facts. Remember, we spent, well, you can't remember, but we spent a year collecting all of this evidence and putting all the information together. When she was filing the case, we asked her, I said, so why you not putting the evidence in the case? I don't understand.
So as it is now, you've supplied the information.
No, I'm getting to it as much as I can. So she went, put in the story without the evidence now, and the judge sent her back and said, listen, we're going to take off all of these claims that you made, and I'm going to dismiss them, and you have to go back and rewrite them in 14 days. She was shocked when him tell her that. She said, oh, I thought he was going to go crazy on us, but at least we can go and fix it now. And I said, but you should have. Anyway, it turned out that she was compromised and never did I put in the claim them as she should. So I had to ask the judge to remove them from my case. Oh, really? So I had to fire them last week. What? And the judge agreed to remove them from the case. Okay. Now I have to find a new attorney. And then when I go find a new attorney now, VP them call the attorney and tell the attorney, say, he can't represent me because a partner that they had, which they're in the same firm. Like when I say, the two I know, Richie and you, Richie's going to represent me. But you did represent me 15 years ago. 15 years ago. So because you and Richie in the same firm, you can't represent. Richie can't represent me. What? And they blocked him. They told the court, before the judge could have said, is there anything anyone would like to say? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. That attorney she's about to have cannot represent her because very.
Oh, well, listen. This is serious business. There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and you manage to smile amidst it all, so that's a good thing. I mean, obviously, we're not trying the case here, VP and yourself.
No, it's a lot. I can only say
you will have your day in court.
Yeah, it's a lot for me to say.
Yeah, and
but I broke it down as much as I could.
Yeah,
in at the time when
in the interest of your fan base out there, because you know what you said a while ago, for instance.
I think it's the first time I actually said it.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah. I was gonna say it when it happened, but I said some people may not understand, because they would have to understand the musical terms, they would have to understand the legal stuff, and I was
and it's a lot. But it's a lot for persons to listen to and to learn, because that is how you're gonna get wise to the industry. Come again? Oh, sorry. But
when I'm frightened, don't it? Yeah, I'm laughing because that's how I process things, Well, I stay positive and stay smiling.
She still smiles and amidst it all, and that is a good thing. Yeah. So we're going to drop Mr. Jones. That is from the upcoming album. We tried to get a title from her, but it's not yet ready. Yeah. But what is certain is that we'll get the album before it is released, Shelz. I don't have to ask because she knows where to find me and all of that. So I'm going to drop this new song from Etana called Mr. Jones. You can look out for it. Support her music. What do you want to say to your fan base out there?
Stay strong and stay positive, through it all. And everything starts in the mind. You are where you are today because you thought of the color you wanted your room to be painted in. You thought of the clothes you were going to wear. You thought of where you wanted to work before you apply for the job. Man thought of a house before he make it. They thought of a car before them drive it. They thought of airplanes before they made them. It all starts in the mind. So if you're not in a great place or not where you believe you need to be, first think, where do I want to be?
Positive. Mr. Jones, the strong one, Etana.